Every programming language has the ability to add in programming comments. These are elements of the code that do not actually execute, so are not turned into an action. VBA for Excel is no different. So if we take a blank module and create a standard routine, so sub test, we can add comments into this routine simply by placing a single apostrophe and typing your comment. Now you would use comments to describe what a routine is going to do. This routine will display a message. And once you press return, the whole text of the comment goes green. That's how you can spot a comment. Now a comment doesn't have to start at the beginning of the line, it can start partway through the line. So we could define our little message variable, message equals hello guy. And then we could add a comment, message to say hi. Again, when you press return, you can see the message part. So a message that starts partway through a line starts the same way, single apostrophe, and then the rest of that will go green. Now if we finish this off with a little message box that will write out our message, we can then test. In the immediate window, I return here, and you see it says hello guy. No mention of the green bits, the comments. So that comment is a full line comment, begins with a single apostrophe. This is a part line comment, but what you cannot do is after that comment is have a way of getting back to the code. The code has to be on the next line now. Now comments can also be used to comment out code that you don't actually want to execute at a given time. So I could change the message value here, say hello Jane. Message box MSG. But what I don't want is I don't want these bits to work at this moment in time. So I could comment them out simply by putting a single apostrophe at the beginning of each of these lines. Now if you're trying to comment out a number of lines, there is a way of doing that much quicker. We highlight the lines, go to View, Toolbars and Edit. And on the Edit toolbar, we have two little icons here that are very useful. Comment the block, and that will comment out whatever you have highlighted in your code. So comment the block. And all it does is it puts a single apostrophe at the beginning of each line. We can then take those single apostrophes off by uncommenting a block. Now obviously that's not very exciting when it's 2 lines, but if you had to comment out 10, 20, 30 lines of code, this is a much quicker way than going to the beginning of each line and putting a single apostrophe. But that's all these icons do. You could do it on a single line anyway, and you'll find it just puts a single apostrophe at the beginning or takes it off. So we could do the same with that, take it off. And obviously that's an error because that doesn't produce anything, so we'll go back to being a comment. So we're commenting out a block or uncommenting a block, or you can add in your own comments simply by putting a single apostrophe either at the beginning of the line or partway through a line. So the VBA sees the single apostrophe as the start of a comment, except in one situation, that being between speech marks. So if I wanted to use an apostrophe in here to say, hello guy's sister, I can do so, and it doesn't try and change the S sister into a comment because of the encompassing speech marks. So let's take these and comment them out, and then run our test. And now it says hello guy sister, and it uses the apostrophe. So in that case, the apostrophe is not acting as a comment marker because of the speech marks that effectively delimit it into being part of the message. Anywhere else, a single apostrophe triggers comment markers and the code turns it green so you can spot it. It's a good practice to get into commenting all of your formulas and all of your procedures so that anyone reading your code at a later point can understand it, or can at least understand what you were trying to achieve, or even just for yourself as a reminder weeks and months down the line of what you were trying to do at that point.